who E.G.O really explains, and yeah, explains really who we exactly, the kind of person we are, guys, like they always say, birds of the feathers flock together. So let's say that you are hanging out with somebody who is doing wrong all the time and doing wrong to the people all the time and all that, and you see them always be having what they need, and yeah, out of doing something wrong, not knowing that, like, oh, this person is robbing people, this person is unaliving people and all of that, and you'd be thinking that, oh, this person is lucky, yeah, they always get what they want and all that, because let's say this, nobody can tell you that they are a thief, right? Yeah, and nobody can tell you that, like, yo, I'm doing this wrong thing, right? They just want to show themselves up as this person who is like invested in themselves, doing it for themselves and all that, right? But that sometimes is not the case, because people do nasty things behind the scene, guys, and the repercussions of that is really, really, really bad, you know. Only like a whole lot of people sees the outcome of that, and you'd wonder, oh, this person has got this money with them, maybe let's say money, the success they get out of whatever they do that is wrong. Yeah, some people want to succeed and they would go and yeah, do the robbing and yeah, the unaliving and all that, right? And in secret, yeah, like we know that they sacrifice people, you know. And yeah, you would want to associate yourself with people who acquire things in life. Oh, this person is successful, they got the latest things, they got this and that and whatnot, only to find out that they've been doing wrong. And you find yourself associating yourself with these kind of people. You invite them in your life, you introduce them to your family and all of that. And yeah, only they can tell you the truth about how they live their lives, how they've been doing it and all that, because it's their secret. And yeah, eventually, like, they can probably be exposed, guys, right? But what they carry with them is the energy of, yeah, all that wrong things that they've been doing, guys. So some people want to be comparing themselves with these kind of people, guys. Even when somebody's stealing, they won't tell you like, yo, I am stealing and all and whatnot. Else you'll be seeing them as this person who's working hard. Yeah, even thieves work hard, you see. But imagine when we start associating ourselves with these kind of people, yeah, the birds of the feathers flock together. So even when you are innocent, yeah, you will always be in that energy. Like, yeah, you absorb that energy, guys, and like, their energy is not good at all. It's really not good, because what they do is they always force things because they are not aligned, guys. They wanna look like somebody else who, I don't know, has made something out of themselves. Maybe somebody who's going to school and wanna associate themselves with those kind of people. More like cloud chasing, guys, right? Only, yeah, like, they just wish that they be like that, only to find out that they only copying and doppelganging and wishing that they would be like this other person who's working hard and all that, so they go and steal. And yeah, they accumulate money out of stealing and all that, but still, the energy is wrong, guys. The energy is so wrong that even when they associate with other people, that energy of robbing, stealing, and unaliving people, and thievery, and the foolery, and the fuckery of it can rub off on you, and you carry their karma. You see what I'm saying? Which is why it's important for us to always know what's up with the person. If you know somebody's background, like, yeah, this person has invested in themselves, they went to school and all that, you know that, oh well, it is the kind of person I want to associate myself with. They work hard, they invest in themselves, they are doing it for themselves, and really don't mind helping other people out of the goodness of their heart, right? Yeah, but some people, like, even though they are accumulating things like that. Well, they don't care about helping other people, guys, and they just become selfish and self-centered, and because they stole all of these things, guys, right? Yeah, they don't want to lose them. I mean, a thief is the most stingiest person ever in this world, where like after they steal, they want to keep on stealing and stealing and stealing. They are driven by greed. Greed is really a funny thing to have, because which is why it's important for us not to be comparing ourselves to other people's lives, guys. We don't know where they're from. We don't know how far they are from wherever they're from, and if they are in a way like looking to change their ways. Some people enjoy being thieves and they don't want to change and be a better person in life. Instead, the thievery energy would go around and be thinking that, oh, people, like, what if people knows? They be asking themselves questions. What if people knows I'm stealing and all that and whatnot? So in a way, like, they would mask all of that and start talking about other people. They would draw attention to somebody else, where like that somebody's innocent, and that somebody always trying hard to make it in life and be wherever they want to be in life. So they would want to bring that person down because they are jealous of the hard work somebody else is putting in their lives, you see. So what they do is, because they are stealing and one is working hard with their life and all that, they want to be talking about this person who invests time in themselves, So they start gossiping. Hey, this person this. Hey, this person that is a prostitute. Hey, this person is that. Is a thief and all that, And they would even go as far as reporting you to the CPS to just disturb your peace, guys, And they think they are slowing you down. They think they are slowing you down, and whenever you have a heartbreak, they are happy about that, because now they are seen in a way that, oh, they are doing things right, they are successful, and they never really spiral down, guys, So they be acting like not fair to other people, and they be talking about them for them to be seen as if they are thieves, guys, We know that a whole lot of people are wearing a mask, guys, as a facade. They're superficial as fuck, and they don't want to admit that to themselves. They run from ego, and ego would make you think that you're doing the right thing even when you are not doing the right thing. Ego is really a nasty thing to have, guys, And the next thing, because you're running from ego, you are untouchable, nobody can catch you, you can rob anything and anyone, and just be in that thievery energy, where all you do is, for me, if you be gossiping about other people who are working hard for themselves and all that, it's throwing them an evil eye. It's spell work, guys, it's throwing them curses. So, like, for me, what is the point for one to be going around and gossiping about other people and all that when they are happy in their lives? For me, like, I don't understand why somebody would just insert themselves in someone else's life and start throwing them problems, like reporting them to the CPS, even when there's nothing wrong with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, just planning for them to get robbed for the fun of it, and just because they want to see you sad and angry and not really happy in life. We are in this realm to be happy. We are here to experience the human experience, because once we lose the avatar, we can never be in the 3D and be walking and like touching stuff and holding things and falling in love and all of that, guys, right? So we should enjoy ourselves while we're still here. But some people don't want you to be enjoying yourself, which is why there's always somebody gossiping about somebody else. And if you've bought yourself this t-shirt, somebody else will go buy it, and copying and all of that, where like a whole lot of people lack originality and would think that people are evolved and like they are better than animals and all of that. Where for me, like some people really like they're really vibing low in a way that even animals are better than them. I mean, animals are fair and square, guys. And you come to think of it, animals live in the jungle where like the jungle is clean, guys. It's clean. But as people, no, not at all. We would rather take our garbage and go throw it by the jungle out there, where that's really not fair. I mean, like, if like, you are making garbage, that, why don't you take care of your garbages? We've seen how the jungle is. People would go camping and all that. Or let's say people would live, not even like, let's not say in the jungle, guys. Because even the corners in our neighborhood, there's like trash, a whole lot of trash in it. And somebody wouldn't just mind coming from their house and bringing trash to your corner, guys, because they feel like, oh, well, they are clean. It's their ego telling them they are clean. This trash has got to go somewhere. So they're going to dump it somewhere by somebody else's corner, or like go close by a jungle, like throw that trash there. God is not happy about that. Really not happy about that, because trash, plastic and all that, it doesn't get to be absorbed and be wasted and all that, and like it doesn't really rot, guys, especially plastic. It stays there and it stays there, and yeah, sooner or later a place, that corner or something, it cannot be good enough for plantation and stuff like that, guys, and yeah, it's just trash there, guys, pouring some oils and all of that, and it's really killing the environment, guys. We should really take care of the environment we live in, and think about what if you were Mother Earth and some people would be trashing on you at the corner and all that with trash, guys. I mean, would that be fair? It's not fair that people would go out their way and do whatever they want on earth with other people, gossip and all that and whatnot, because that is not the way of life. It's not a fair way to live life. We live in a world where like we have a law of give and take. You take from the universe and then you plant. Yeah, that's how it works, guys, right? And some people don't want to do that at all. They don't want to take care of the earth. They just want to dump their problems there. If they have a problem with anybody or somebody, they talk about them, they gossip about them. And if they have a problem with anything, they just have grudges, guys. And I don't think these kind of people are here to stay and live long and really enjoy life, guys. They hate anything about life. Never invested in themselves. All they want to do is trash the world and trash other people and really be nosy and just doing things for the fun of things. We live in a world where people claim that, oh, I'm taking care of the world and all that, but if you look at by their corner, there's a whole lot of trash. It's trash, guys. And I don't think Gaia loves these kind of people, guys, Not so long ago, there was a Ukrainian, Russian fights and all that and whatnot, guys, right? Not so long ago, after these fights, like they were going on, the negotiations and stuff, there were hurricanes. You see, Gaia doesn't want us to be fighting and all of that, The more people want to take out their nuclear weapons and aim at the other countries, or like a nuclear weapon would be simply as gossiping about other people, stabbing, stealing and killing their dreams and hopes, guys, where that is really not cool. If you love yourself, if you know you really love yourself, you won't have to put yourself in that position where you are the kind of guy who's always leaving your paper trail behind you and all that garbage and all of that. And you don't want to be this kind of person who everybody knows that you are gossiping all the time. People need to invest in themselves, guys. So you have a family and you know that, oh well, you have not been really being focused on your family, but focusing on other people to have their children taken away and always be going out reporting other people to CPS for no reason. It's time you look at yourself, because the very same thing people will be complaining about with other people is the very same issues they can't solve in their own lives. You see, we grow up with people like wanting to get married and all that. Well, yes, it's everybody else's dream. Some do it young, some want to do it way later in their age, right? But you marry young, you decide to have children when you are not working. You marry somebody who is not working, who lacks education, and you're hoping that you're gonna have a beautiful life. That is not impossible. That is not possible for one to just not go to school, marry someone, and both of them become illiterate, and around the people they will be looking at, they know it all. I mean, thanks to Google, like, yeah, maybe they go to the University of Google, guys, Well, that's really not fair. You don't got a certificate, you're not got a trade there, And yeah, these kind of people would be the ones expecting handouts from other people, guys. And if you are not giving them handouts, they stop the flow of your money. They do, guys. They don't consider you like having bills to pay and you having to get yourself stuff, household stuff, guys, It's always important for us to put ourselves first before we can say, oh, this portion of the money will go to this niece or nephew of mine, before you even get yourself stuff, Some people expect you to give them all that you get and not really get to buy yourself anything, money, food, You don't get to buy yourself food. And yeah, you don't get to get a little bit of that money that's yours to save that can prolong it, and yeah, you take it to the next month, guys, People want you to not really care about yourself and always be giving to them even when they are doing you wrong. Where that is really crazy, according to me, guys, How can you be focused on some other people because they are up here in your life, be smiling up on your face, when all along they want to take your space? Your space. Place. Oh wow, I just made it work. It's cool. So yeah, I have a problem with people who doesn't really want to invest in themselves and always be expecting handouts, guys, These kind of people are cruel to animals too, If they want to do voodoo, they will be thinking, oh, I just sacrificed a cow and the cow didn't really work the way that I wanted to work. Now I'm going to go and sacrifice the pigs, you see. And when they do that, still the work doesn't work. Like, they don't respect nature. They don't respect other people. Mainly, they don't respect themselves, you see. So God doesn't need people who are not intending to be a conduit of good to other people out there, guys, Right. If you ask me, like, hey, it's always wise to always say what you mean and stay on the right side of life and not go out there be looking for a problem. You see, if you go out there looking for a problem, if you become a problem, you are gonna be a problem and you're gonna have problems in your life. The worst part, problems on other people's lives, you see, because listen, nobody can just stand here and wait for some MRFer to come into their life and just ruin it and not do anything about that. Oh, that's so crazy that some family members, they be thinking that, oh, I'm older than this person, so I can just go and ruin their life and fuck it up and yeah, stand on my, well, they got no peace. It's got no peace. There is no peace at all. It's always wise when you know that, oh, well, me and my wife didn't go to school. Yeah, there is distance learning, guys, There's distance learning, And yeah, you can invest yourself with all that money that you do voodoo with. Invest in yourself with that money. I mean, like, a whole lot of people spend 1,000 rands whole lot of money to just make sacrifice. Buy a cow for 20 grand. I mean, like, imagine that. Buy a cow for 20 grand. 20 grand and some other stuff, pay the voodooist and all that. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money to just ruin around when you can just invest in yourself, get a trade and get a job without having to mess somebody else's life up. Because these kind of people, if you're not gonna do them how they want, they just gonna figure, oh well, this person is selfish, so now I'm just gonna buy that cow or pigs and put them in the altar, pick that pig head on the altar and do a ritual to stop their money flows, guys, But when you work with God, these things, they cannot affect you guys. They can, because the intention is for you, your children, your children's children, the whole lineage should be in poverty for no reason, because you said no. For me, no is really a powerful word, and on its own, it is a sentence, guys, that we should always use in our lives. Nobody can just come to you and tell you like, yo, I've got problems and all that. We all got problems, and everybody's dished their own problems that they can handle. What I know is that God can never dish you problems that you cannot handle at all, guys, Which is why it's important for us to always focus on our own lane. If you be focusing on other people's lane, you forget about yourself. You forget that, oh, I finished not really finished school. You ended up by grade 5 and you started looking out on what other people are doing. If somebody else got a motorbike, you want it. If somebody else got this label, you want it. If somebody else opens up a shop for them, you want it. If somebody gets a free house from the government, you want it. Well, that is really not fair, guys. And these couple, they didn't go to school together. They don't want to encourage each other to do things together. Oh, let's study. Let's finish our grade 12 here. After the grade 12, maybe I can do this, because that's really sad for a woman. So just want to get married without education background because they got a coochie, and they just want to be in that because they can bear kids and all that. These kind of women would always be giving birth to kids every year. So let's say you've got 7 kids that are born every year. I would say they're all Irish twins. Even though, the last one came 7 years after. Oh, yeah. They're Irish twins to me. And for you to be in that position where, you just want to pop babies out of your coochie and hoping that, that's going to bring you a bright future, that's really not cool. It's more like you don't love yourself. You don't give your body to recuperate and all that, And yes, women sometimes are the ones who be forcing guys to want to have kids and all that. Yo, I want to have 10 kids. Do you have education for those 10 kids? Do you know how to maintain for one child? Do you know how to get a payslip and read it and all of that? Even your husband doesn't know that. But you want to live this life that is so beautiful, that you got this big family that gets along when you guys really don't get along. What you do is you squabble every day, you squabble because everything is inadequate. Even go and put your hands in your man, scratch them. Have you seen some other guys when they fight with a woman, they be having scratches like this? Or how did they scratch them up? That's sad, eh? That's really sad, guys. Why would a couple want to be fighting now? I don't understand why a couple would want to fight to that point where, blood is withdrawn from each other, and these veins. If one can pop a vein, you're out of it. But some people choose to hurt their husband. That's really not cool. How many of you guys have got scars on your necks? Oh, was it meant to be in your face? No, that's not cool. That's not cool, guys. Oh, well, that is not a respectable type of a relationship. It's really not. Why not get education and do what you gotta do? Because some people are just in it for the money. When they see the money, they go for it. These are the kind of people that when they go to a restaurant, they don't want to pay for their food. Somebody would be going to a restaurant knowing that they've got 5 roaches in their pocket because their house is infested with roaches. So now they're going to take 1 roach, put it in someone else's food. Right? Go to this restaurant, eat. Oh, I found a roach on my food. What is that? So you don't get to pay for your meals? Come on. What is this, guys? You know, if you have respect for life, you'll have respect for yourself. You'll have respect for nature. You'll have respect for animals and for other people's children. You will have respect for your siblings. You will have respect enough for you to get yourself in it and get education, guys, you know? Because these kind of people who really don't want to invest in themselves is just a waste of space, if you ask me. They do everything out of greed, and if greed fuels your life and you always be wanting to go and ruin other people's life, you are not definitely a conduit of good. You see, how about a sister always wanting to be like you, even though your age difference is like way far apart, and they'll always remind you, yo, remember, I'm older with you than a decade and a half, a decade, 2 decades, and whatever. They'll always be reminding you, yo, I'm older than you. But they will always be acting like your age. How is that being older than somebody else? And when they go out there, they want to be acting like, oh, I'm older, I'm the more responsible one and all that. Well, to me, if you treated your parents not in the right way, especially when they were sick, well, nobody can treat you right, guys. Some of these people, when their parents were sick, they mentioned that, hey, you're not special here. Imagine having to tell your mom that they're not special, and later that day they pass on. How would that make you feel? And when it's your time, you are sick and all that, you're expecting people to take care of you. Well, I would say, no, you are not special. You see, these kind of people, our brothers get sick and all that. And instead, without having to like, yo, this is what's going on and all that, they just decide on their own, let's take them to the hospice. Well, you deserve to go to the hospice. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, let's do to others what we want to be done unto ourselves. That's pretty it. Let's take care of Gaia, guys. The jungle is dirty out there. And around that, there's just huge houses that trash. There are places with trash. When they are lowering the value of their houses when they do this. Imagine having you have bought a house for $1 million and there's trash right down the street. How fair is that? And you still want to have a beautiful life and expand and always progress and go forward. But where you stay is really a mess and all that. Even when you're in your living room, that dirt, that smelling dirt that people will be trashing at, I mean, they will be throwing dead animals there. And look what you are. So the smell, isn't that coming to your home? Isn't that like really irritating you even when you cook? Like is that something that people need to change, guys? Gaia is alive. The earth is alive. You know? And when Mother Earth is really angry, you'll see a whole lot of tornadoes, earthquakes and all that and whatnot, eliminating these kind of people and their places, guys, you know? And we don't feel sorry for those kind of people because they know it all, right? They know it all. And nobody can tell them anything. Put God first in your life and always stay authentic. Be real with yourself and always tell the truth. God loves you. Peace out.